Hello, my loves. Let's settle in and get ready to see what is coming through for the channel message. As always, you will know if this is for you. You will either feel it in your body or feel it in your gut. Your intuition will speak to you. Your guides will let you know whatever it is that you usually, however you usually know that a message is for you, apply it to this as well. Otherwise, some synchronicities may come through throughout the reading that also might connect in, but take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Remember, this is a channel message. Whatever is coming through, the intention is to serve and support you toward growth, toward more of yourself, to whatever you're needing right now, okay? So don't make it fit if it doesn't fit. All right, let's get into it. Spirit, what is coming through for this collective? What does this person need to know right now for the highest path and highest good? Calling in angels, actually. Calling in your angels. I don't usually call in angels, like they're always around, but I never really feel the need to specifically call them in. So some of you could just be feeling the need to feel protected and safe right now, or just to know that your past loved ones are with you. That feels significant right now. I said your angels are watching you, watching over you. I feel like this collective has really been doing it on their own. You may have felt alone recently, maybe you've experienced a lot of loneliness, and the message here is, as much as physically you have felt on your own, you've maybe felt like you didn't belong, you felt like it's always taken a lot for you to feel accepted, or like you matter somewhere, or like you bring value. Like it takes you a while to see it or feel it, but even though you know there is value in you and you know that you are worthy, it's almost taken a fair bit at times for that to land and connect with others. Maybe your perception has felt like it feels like that. Maybe you haven't recognized how valuable you've always been and how much you actually have belonged, even if it hasn't been in the spaces that you wanted to belong in. That feels significant. But what I was saying was, this collective may have felt like they've been alone a lot, and that you've always felt like you're always doing it on your own, and you feel like sometimes you just want to feel supported, and like you have people, spirits, beings that are there for you, backing you, encouraging you, motivating you. I'm hearing ride or die. I feel like you've never consistently experienced that, and even if it has been there, you still felt like an alien at times, could be what's coming through. Like you felt, again, just like the lack of belonging. And I feel like that is being brought up now because Spirit wants you to start seeing where you do belong and how you've always belonged. But because of the kind of person you are, there is a lot of depth to you. There is a lot of quality to you, and that can be really intimidating for people who aren't always ready to go to those depths. Because when you experience a person who is so in their depths and so in their all the facets of themselves, it can be intimidating. If those facets of if other people notice that and see that within you and they aren't there within themselves, that's intimidating. It can be very, very intimidating, and people don't always know what to do. And then rather than welcoming you, there's just this neutrality. And the neutrality doesn't really allow you to feel like you belong. There could be times where you've even felt like you've been, I wouldn't say judged for the wrong reasons, or even the right ones. It's just you felt there's always been an eye on you, or there's always been, like, I'm hearing people watching you, evil eyes even coming up here. It's probably why your angels are coming up for protection purposes. And just wanting you to know that you are supported even if you can't see it. So maybe there's been this feeling of like you feel there's been an energy against you, but you haven't been able to see it. So it could be this eye sort of energy that's coming up a little bit. There's just where there's one, there's the other. So you have to understand where, for as long as you felt like there's been this eye that's always been watching you and seeing you and judging you even, or feeling this animosity towards yourself, like you don't belong, like you're ostracized is what I'm hearing. There's always been the opposite of that, of where you've always been seen and you've always been heard and you've always been supported. You have to understand that if there is one, there is the other. So try to remember that from now on moving forward, that at any point in your life where you feel like you are so alone and you don't belong, there is the complete opposite of that also exists, where you do belong and you are so supported. You have to understand that there is beauty in both, that there is meaning in both, that there is learning and lessons in both. And it's up to you in which way you want to operate, in which ways you want to exist within. And now that you have that understanding and you have done so much healing and understand that you'll belong with the right people and you'll feel welcome with the right people, then that's all that really matters. And you know that, but knowing that and then having to experience that can be a hard thing to bridge. So with all the energy that's coming in to support you at this time, I am hearing community, I am hearing soul family, I am hearing just soul connections where your presence matters and you can feel that it matters, and other people are showing up in that way where they're letting you know that it matters. As much as that is a beautiful energy that's coming in, just be aware of the eyes that are going to try and make you feel seen in not the best light. But I'm hearing it's not for you to worry about, it's just for you to I'm not hearing pull back, I'm not hearing do anything different other than have the awareness that if you're feeling that animosity, that's where it's coming from, but it's not anything you need to fix or do differently, okay? It's giving you an answer to that question of why you've always felt that way. And again, it's going back to some people are intimidated by your depth, not just some, a lot of people, even if they're showing to you that they appreciate you and they're there with you and they've got you, or you feel like, oh no, I don't think this person has that feeling towards you. Sometimes I always get this weird inkling that maybe there's something there. Trust that, but also you don't need to do anything about it, because you'll know who the right people are for you in your immediate circle versus the people who can be there and it won't be harmful. You just know that the depth isn't going to be necessarily accepted, but you don't need to invest your energy there anyway. So there's just an awareness that's coming forward, and an awareness to understand and be provided with that answer that you've always had of like, why have I felt like I don't belong? Why have I felt like I feel like an alien? Why do I feel like people are always like seeing me and watching me, but it's not always with love, or necessarily with pure unconditional love, or like the love that you would want to be receiving, or the love that you give. It's not necessarily out of hate, or even like, I wouldn't go so far as to say as envy or jealousy. There could be aspects of this, but what's coming forward is just, it's a different existence, a different level of existences in perception and understanding of one's selves, okay? And that can spark triggers with different people. So it's not for you to be mindful of in terms of what you're doing and how you're acting. It's just be mindful of in terms of it's not you, it's what they see or don't want to see in you because of themselves. So just have that awareness, have that understanding, and know that there's never been anything wrong with you. You're just now able to start meeting the people who are on those same levels with you when it comes to depth or understanding or values or just perception, and just that soul likeness is what I'm hearing. True soul likeness in the way where it's the version of you that you're becoming more and more of, okay? Allow these things to shift out and then allow these new things to shift in. All you have to keep doing is trusting the feelings and trusting the path and trusting the heart-led decisions, and allow the mind to be a support tool, not the dictator, okay? That's been coming up a lot in these readings, so you would have heard that 100 times by now probably. The mind is a support tool, it's not the dictator or the driver, okay? It can help you connect the dots, but it doesn't create the dots. So just allow it to have its voice and have its role and have its space, but don't let it take up all the space, okay? If you can hear my cat, he is okay. I've been giving him so much attention. He's just a clingy fucking bastard. Anyway. Moving on, please, Spirit, with the message. Was there anything else coming forward? Yeah, there's just like this belonging energy that's coming forward. And honestly, where you are moving into is a very supportive and safe, gentle energy, and an uplifting one at that as well. I think you've not really experienced that on this level before, so it's going to feel new, and it's going to feel a bit like almost not fragile, but it's almost kind of like you're being given a gift, and you're kind of like, oh my god, like how do I hold this and nurture this and keep this, and I don't want it to drop. I don't know how to handle this, but you do know how to handle this. You're just overthinking it, so just don't overthink it, okay? You've been given a gift. It's not as fragile as you think. It's just because it's new to you that you think you don't know how to handle it, so that makes you think it's going to break. But just because you don't understand something doesn't mean it's not strong, or doesn't mean it's not worthy. It doesn't mean it's not, you're going to fade away, okay? So trust in what you're being given at this time is what I'm hearing. Trust in what you're being given, trust in your calling, trust in your desire, or this new desire to continue serving. I'm hearing for a few of you, this is how you're getting paid, this is how you're getting your reward, this is how you're receiving justice, this is how you're being justified. There's an energy of that for a few of you, or some type of service, or some type of energy where you're choosing to give and let yourself be given to. So there's just an energy of reciprocity is what's really coming up here as well. So it's not fragile and it's not breakable, it's just different and it's just new. So yes, you're going to have to learn how to handle it, but that doesn't mean it's going to break or fall apart just because you're learning how to handle it, okay? The best thing you can do is ask this energy, ask this thing, ask this newness what it needs to be supported and taken care of and nurtured. So that's what you can do moving forward, and let that then bring more and expand it tenfold, okay? I'm hearing this energy isn't just applying to connection, and this is applying to many other facets of your life as well. This could be love for a few of you, it could be finances, it could be career for a few of you, it could just be general joy or pleasure or creating a desired life. It could be to do with your next steps and how you're allowing that to come into your world, and what you're giving it to, what the input is going to be for that, to create space for that. Right now it's really just a beautiful learning energy, but it needs to stay fun and playful and open and expansive, not stressful. This doesn't need to be stressful. This next period you're moving into doesn't need to be stressful. In fact, stress is going to be the one thing that drains it and depletes it and makes, and I'm hearing fries it. So when it comes to this next period of your life that you're shifting into, please leave stress at the door, okay? Leave stress in the old chapter. And I think you're getting good at that. I think you're getting better at that. I think you're just still coming to terms with understanding in the ways in which you let it seep in, and you're learning how to prevent the leakage, okay? Or prevent it from even overflowing in stress in the first place. So that feels really exciting as well, and it feels like you have a few, I'm hearing screws in already, you have a few plans in already, or you have a few ways to do this already, which is amazing. I'm just hearing practicing and playing and enjoying and being in that childlike energy of what is all this amazing existence right now. Like, I mean, a child doesn't wake up without trauma conditioning, without reason. A child doesn't wake up and think, oh, I have all these things I have to do. A child wakes up and thinks of what are all the things I can and want to do. What can I do today? What do I want to do today? What's fun? What's going to spark that within me today? And that is the energy your spirit team wants you moving in, and allow that to be applied to every aspect of your life. Not what do I need to do today? What are all the chores I have to do today? Like, let them come to you as well naturally, but let that childlike energy be, how much fun can I have today? Where is my imagination and my wildest dreams taking me today? This feels very significant. I've heard the word lily, or blooming as well. That could be lily in terms of a flower, or lily in terms of the name. I also heard tiger lily as well. I also painting as well for a few of you, painting. I'm hearing you're more creative than you realize, and you're more creative than you allow yourself to be. And I'm hearing patience has been your virtue. But now you have more freedom and capability to not dictate time, to create time. So allow that to be another one of your tools, and allow that to be another one of your ways that you play and have fun with life, is creating and asking for time, is what I'm hearing. Noticing your effect and your impact on time. And I'm hearing specifically, time flies when you're having fun, and notice the connection. Notice how when that happens, you don't contract, you expand, okay? There's an important mention of releasing the contraction and coming out of a contracted sort of energy, allowing yourself to just be free and flowing. And if you feel like that's not in your life right now, then this message isn't for you. But if you feel like this message is for you, you still feel like that's not in your life, then ask yourself how you're contracting and how you're pulling inwards like this, rather than like letting loose and being free and relaxed like this. Okay, if it feels like, oh, I can't do that, I have all these things, you need to understand the emotions that are influencing the stress of these things, okay? Because it is up to you how you perceive and operate and respond to your experiences, okay? You need to take responsibility for that. We always think that these things are happening to us, and even though, yes, these things are in our world, it is up to us how we respond to them, and the way in which we respond can actually positively impact the way in which we create more or less of those things, okay? You need to have that understanding. I'm hearing your spirit guides are asking this of a few of you, or just keep reminding yourself of that if you already know these things, but keep reminding yourself of that is your responsibility in an empowered leadership lens, not in a you have this burden of responsibility. Allow this responsibility to be one that empowers you and enlightens you and inspires you, because these things are up to you, and that is power, okay? It's not victimhood. You have choice and you have more freedom than you realize, and the sooner you let yourself believe that and then embody that, the sooner you'll see the world that is available to you in all the ways, okay? That's where the responsibility comes in. It's not a sense of doom and gloom. Look what's on your shoulders. It's like, no, look at what you have available. Look at what you have an abundance of, and that is choice and freedom. Even when you don't think it is, check in with your perception, because potentially your perception is not allowing you to see how much change you can really make. Is there anything else coming through spirit? I'm hearing forgiveness as well. Forgiveness of self, forgiveness of others. I'm hearing forgiveness of the feminine. Check in with how you're forgiving your feminine. Check in with how you're allowing yourself to receive. Check in with what else you at this time need to let go of. And so I'm hearing it's a good reminder coming in at this point in time to let yourself just have another release of where you're holding on to a little bit when it comes to resentment towards a feminine energy. It could be a feminine figure in your life, could be a mother, could be a friend, another relative, whoever it is. There's some sort of feminine figure. It could be you, but it needs to have a bit more forgiveness in a certain area when it comes to femininity. And I'm hearing close this cycle out, okay? There's a choice you need to make, or decision you need to make that needs to happen for more things to move a bit more smoothly and a bit with more reciprocity, like you're learning to play with. I'm hearing it's more about letting things to move more smoothly, okay? Getting the kinks out is what I'm hearing as well. I think that's the final message. I'm sending you guys so much love. Thank you again for all those leave your beautiful comments and support. For those that are enjoying the programs, for those of you who don't know about the programs and you're interested, I have a mini course called Path to Receiving. It is all about reconnecting with true receiving, understanding the universal, energetic, and physical implications and influences that goes into actually receiving the things that you want, not just the things that you've been told you can or can't have, okay? Your ability to receive is there's so much more to it than you could ever imagine, truly. And if you're someone who is stuck repeating cycles, stuck feeling like you can't get more, or you can't even allow anything in to your world, whether it's money, whether it's love, whether it's support, whether it's community, connection, whatever it is for you, if you feel like you just can't receive it and you just don't know why, don't know how, but you know there is a way, this course, I promise you, will activate so much in you that I think you could even potentially comprehend at this point in time. It has done so much for me, and I knew that I had to make this available to other people, because at first this was just my learning and what was working for me and what I was moving through for months and months and months, and it has become hugely valuable to me. And yes, it's only $22 because I want everyone to know that true receiving of the things that you desire and want in life is possible, and it can be easy. The hardest part is unlearning everything that makes it hard. That's it. That's fucking it. This is a gateway course into so much more of you in a world that reflects you. I don't mean your trauma, okay? I mean all the opposite end of the spectrum, where there is pleasure, where there is joy, where there is freedom, where there is choice, where there is accessibility and availability of the things that maybe you believed weren't for you. But you felt them and you thought about them and you wanted them, and then you shoved them right down. If that sounds like something that you need, head to my link in bio. It is there for you. If not, I hope you enjoyed this message. I hope it served you in any way that you needed to. Sending so much love, and I'll see you in the next reading.